Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me today for the Leo September Horoscope. Okay, there's a few things happening. You might find that your thoughts are gradually switching from away from money and your possessions into more about study, research. Perhaps there's some contact with some distant family members or somebody you haven't heard from for a while. Communications are really full on this month, but you do need to be a little bit cautious because we do have Mercury going retrograde on the 28th of September through to 18th of October. Now, these dates are a little bit sort of flexible in the sense of there's a thing called a shadow period. So several days to a week beforehand and also after the 18th of October, the energy of Mercury retrograde is coming on or going off. So if you've got important decisions to make in that time, if you could put it off, till after Mercury turns direct, you might be better off. But if you can't put it off, it's not the end of the world by any means. It just means that you might have to go back and change something say for example a contract or an agreement or something changes when Mercury turns direct. So do watch that. It's not a good time for making travel plans either. Your travel could run late and you get a knock-on effect from one leg to the next leg of the travel, so do watch that. And it's in your third house, Mercury, this month, so that is normally about communication, so activity and doing a lot of organising and things like that. But when it goes retrograde, then you might find that your plans don't work out quite the way you hoped in some way. It is good if you've started a project earlier than the 28th or say a week before that because of the shadow period. So around the 21st, if you started a project before that, it's a great time to complete and consolidate what you've already done. It's just not a great time for starting new things. Okay, so I'll just briefly explain what I'll do. I've got tarot here, so I'll draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you. We'll have a look at your in-depth horoscope. And then I'll do a psychic channeling at the end. So let's go to the board now, and this is your horoscope I'll come to in a moment. But let's have a look at these cards and see what they have to say for Leo, lovely Leo, in September 2021. All right, I'll go with that one there. Close my eyes. The trees are here. Yeah, family tree. There's a lot to do with family, a lot of activity. You might find something's changing. Perhaps your children move home or go to another area, move, one way or the other. They might be leaving home or they might be coming home. But there is certainly a lot of family activity going on. The card that I pull up is the King of Cups. This is somebody who is in control of their emotions. You may not agree necessarily with everything that's going on, and that's okay, but the king energy is a master, okay? And so even whether or not you agree or disagree, it doesn't really matter, because this is a man of great compassion and understanding. Now, it can be an actual physical person in your outside world, so, like a father figure, somebody that you look up to. It could be a woman who is probably more mature or older than her years, and she's wise. And so this is somebody who, has a lot of understanding and understands not only the world outside, but also the inner world, which is really important. This person has generally found peace and contentment, and so you can find peace and contentment this month, lovely Leo, okay? First half of the month anyway. Let's have a look at the second half of the month now and just have a sit and think, okay, what do I get around this? Yeah, writing, lots and lots of writing, okay? I know these days people don't write so much, it's typing today, but I'm just seeing reams of paper and scribbled notes and things like that. And so yes, communications are key, and because you do have a lot going on down here in your house of communications as well, with Mars there to boot, giving you a lot of motivation and inspiration to communicate. Looking at different ways of communication, like the subtleties, how you phrase your sentences and your words and how you put them together, and something about blending ideas together, okay? Mercury is also very intellectually curious, and so you might do some study or investigate something or research something. Okay, and there's a lot of strength in that. Now, you're Leo the lion, and here is the lion here, so it's almost like a double lot of strength for you, because here she is, this feminine energy with the sign of infinity above her head, and her mind sort of can go on forever. You can look at all sorts of different ideas, but strength coming to you, lovely Leos, this month. Okay, so that is your horoscope here, and I'm just going to make it a bit bigger. Okay, so communications are key, and the other thing is there's some new beginnings in finances as well, and we've got Neptune up here in your house of shared resources with another person, but it's a very sort of slow moving outer planet, so it's mostly about your finances. Mars is moving over to here into your third house, which I'll talk about in a minute. But from the 31st of August to the 4th of September, Mars is opposite Neptune. So just be on guard, because you could be a little bit confused or perhaps feeling a bit vague. You know, we all have those vague times. So, and especially with Mercury retrograde, when that comes in, there could be misunderstandings. Not a good time for self-promotion at the moment while that's going on, but that's just to the 4th. It's only a few days, so don't worry about it. And it's a good time to have time off work or work for the benefit of other people. 6th of September sees a new moon in your second house. Okay, now that's when it all changes, because this is about sowing seeds for the future. Take care of your possessions and your personal belongings, and do simple activities at home, get your house in order and that sort of thing. That'll give you a lot of satisfaction and security. Maybe you want to clean out your wardrobe, secure your valuables and finances. And it's not a good time to spend money on a whim or on an impulse. Look for things, only, buy things that have got practical value. Otherwise, you might be wasting your money there. 4th of September to the 7th sees Mars trining Pluto, and this is really deep and compelling. It's like you could be almost sort of obsessed with an idea. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. But it's about getting what you really want, okay? So do feel free to concentrate on the things that are most important to you now, because you're sowing seeds now for major long-term changes, okay? You might start something or just plan it out, but there could be a major lifestyle change, or maybe a regime, a self-improvement regime, or looking at your health or something like that to improve your life. 9th of the month to the 7th of October, Venus moves into your 4th house here. This is fabulous for home and family. Maybe you want to do some sort of decoration, improving your home, make it more pleasing and comfortable. You could do interior decorating or landscaping. And it's also great with your family. Remember, I was saying before, I saw the trees or the forest of trees. That's like family trees. So there could be some get-togethers at home with family, even if they don't normally live in the same area as you. Entertaining with friends is also likely. 13th of September to the 30th of October, Mars moves into your 3rd house here of communications. And this is going to give you more power and vitality for communicating. Just watch out that you're not impatient with other people, especially if they seem a bit vague or ambiguous on something. They may not give you a decision or an answer that you're looking for. Watch for arguments and frustration there. It's better to attack some sort of intellectual problem or task rather than your friends and neighbours. Then we have 16th of September to the 20th of September, Mars squaring the Moon. This could bring up some irritability and annoyance. You may be impatient again. Watch that you don't rush things, okay? Because if you're rushing around like a crazy person, sometimes there's a trip or a fall. Because Mars is like that, sort of pushing you to do things rather than you doing things just at a normal, regular pace. You will stand up for yourself if somebody, has a go at you. So being assertive, it's good for that. And you're more aware of your rights than usual. Okay. 17th of September to the 21st of September, Mars conjuncts Mercury. If you can possibly be diplomatic or cautious, that would be good, but you're more inclined to be extremely straightforward and direct, okay? Direct is fine, as long as you don't push it too far. You say exactly what you think, and that's okay. Your mind is likely to be very sharp now. It is a good time to do some mental work or work on, some sort of problem in your mind. 20th of September to the 23rd sees a full moon. Okay, so yeah, it's at its peak on the 20th, full moon in your 9th house up here, the house of the higher mind, which is opposite the 3rd house. You really might be thinking about study or researching something, because the MC's here, the full moon's here, Chiron's here, so there's a bit of activity, but Chiron can be a wound, and maybe there's some sort of wound around school or study that might hold you back in some way. But it could be on your mind, along with travel, which if you're in a lockdown area, I appreciate is going to be difficult. But maybe you're thinking about it for later on, when we get past this whole COVID thing. We will get past it, by the way. It's not going to be here forever. And from next year, 2022, things really start to improve. You'll notice the improvement probably halfway through the year. So it is a good time to go away for the weekend and have some fun, put things in perspective, have an overview of your life, basically. This is about making your life bigger and expanding. 21st of September through to the 22nd of October, the sun is in your 3rd house, bringing a lot of insight and awareness. It's likely to be busy, and you're doing lots of phone calls and errands and transactions at the moment. You might feel a bit restless and not inclined, to have long periods of solitary work. That's okay. Do be cautious if you're frittering your time away on, things that are not very important, because, it's fine to have a chat with people, but, call a halt at a reasonable time, and a bit of chit-chatting is a good thing. 20th of September to the 2nd of October, Mercury squares Pluto, and this is good for probing ideas, getting to the core of something. Superficial answers won't really satisfy you now, and if anybody is sort of shallow, you'll become impatient with that. You really want to get to the root cause and the hidden reasons, in a situation, especially if there's a problem. It's just, again, watch out with this Pluto, Mercury squaring Pluto, that you don't become obsessed with an idea until you've figured it out. 27th of August through to the 25th of February 2022. I'll just put this in here, even though it started in August, the end of August, because it is important. Neptune opposition Mars, and it's like your imagination is on fire. There's a lot of optimism and idealism that's going to come through over this time. You might have some really good ideas, but you could be sort of a little bit overconfident with them. It's like you shoot for the stars, but you don't get off the ground on some things. But that's all right. If you have 10 good ideas and you get one into the physical world that works, I reckon that's pretty good, actually. So, yeah, idealism and imagination is fine. You also have to be careful with Neptune, because sometimes you can become a bit deluded by something. Someone might try to pull the wool over your eyes. So, yeah, watch that. But don't hold back on your dreams, okay? By all means, have your dreams and your hopes, and see what practical things you can put in place to make those dreams and those hopes come true. It's a great time for breaking through old attitudes and thoughts that have kept you limited in the past. It's good to develop your perspectives and your visions, but be very prudent in the way that you develop them and how you implement them in the physical world. So other people around you could be very enthusiastic about something, and you sort of could get, swept along with the current there. So watch that you've got both your feet on the ground, and your physical health is likely to be a little bit more sensitive than usual. So watch that. It's important to maintain exercise and don't overexert yourself. And also your sleep is super important, okay? So get plenty of rest. Alrighty, so that's your horoscope. Hope that makes sense to you. Now what I'm going to do is close my eyes and see what I can see for you, lovely Leo, in September 2021. Okay, I'll close my eyes. Leo. Okay, so I've got some gold here. Gold is always a high vibration. I wondered if it was jewellery, but it's not. It's some sort of ornament or something that you look in. Maybe it's something like a pill box or something you put your pills in. But anyway, it's gold. So there is a little bit of emphasis here on your health and the medications you take. Make sure you take the right medications. And maybe get one of those, I forget what they're called, there's boxes and they have all the different places, with the days, if you take a lot of medication, because there might be a little bit of a tendency or a bit of confusion and you can't remember if you took your tablets or not, or something like that. But one of those pill boxes that has the days might help. Okay, I see the ocean, I see dolphins. So if you can get to the beach, that would be wonderful, or even a large body of water like a lake or something like that. And this is going to bring sort of communications from the deep. And there's whales here as well, and I can hear them making their whale song. And you might find that there's a new sort of contentment coming up, welling up from within you, where you feel more happy than you normally do. So sometimes it can be like confusion, and then you settle into it, and then you feel contentment. Maybe it's confusing to be happy, or maybe it's confusing to be content if you're not used to it, or something like that. I see lots of circles of light going around in front of me. So completion, union, coming to the end of a cycle so you can start a new cycle. And there's more fish here. Messages from your subconscious. Finally, the pieces are going to slot together so that you finally understand why things have happened the way they have. Okay, because there's fish everywhere here are going to give you messages from your subconscious. There's a large cat here. Yeah, it is a lion. Yeah, wasn't sure what kind of cat it was, but yes, it is a lion. I see the paws first. I could just see the paws and the claws, and I'm thinking, what kind of cat is that? And then I see the lion's face. So yes, that confirms the card here, the strength card that we talked about before. So You'll be feeling more powerful by the end of the month, and for some of you it'll be like a new place. They're showing me nuggets of gold, big nuggets of gold, and they've got keys, 2 keys hanging off them. It's like you've got the keys to get this very precious and very valuable resource that's deep within you. Okay, so that's it, lovely Leos. Hope it's helpful for you. If you are new, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit the notification bell right now. Have a wonderful month, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.